Welcome back to the EJ Ward Field View training series. In this video, we're going to be going over the audit trail. There are two ways to go through the audit trail, and it's by a record itself or it's an entire audit trail that goes over the entire system. The first one we're going to go over is the entire system itself. To get to there, we need to go to the security folder. So we're going to click on the security folder, and then we're going to click on audit trail. This page might take a while to come up, and it's simply just because there are tons of audit trail records in the background going throughout the entire system. So it might take a while for this one to come up, where the individual record ones will come up fairly quick. So once we have this page coming up, it's going to show us every single record that's being changed inside of the system. So for here, we have our hardware constantly talking to the system, seeing it when the last connection was, if there was a switch that might have changed, or if there's a status that have changed for it. And it's going to give us the date and time, the type. So we'd have U would be an update, D would be a delete, and I would be an insert. Then we have the table that it changed. This is a table inside of the database itself. We have the field, which is the field in the database that's changing. We have the old value, the new value, the host name, so which computer it actually came from, and then we have the username and then our editing user. The difference between these two is the username is the database's username, and then the editing user is the username that it actually used from FieldView. As you can see, I have about 500,710 records, and it goes over quite a few pages. So we can filter this down just like you can filter any other page. So let's say I wanted to just look at the users that were changed. I can drop down the table, and our users are stored in business user. So I can then go to business user, and now I can see just the changes with the user. I can see where it inputted a user here, and then I can also see when it updated a user here. So we changed roles from an old value of 5 to 20. These values are typically IDs that are inside of the database. So you can look inside of the database to see the IDs to see exactly what was changed. Most of the time you're going to be able to see what exactly was changed. Just like here we have a date deleted. It went from February 23rd, 2019 to blank, which means that we reactivated that user. The second way of looking at audit trails is by each record. So if we go into a record, we're going to go ahead and go into vehicles by going to asset management, and then we'll go to vehicles, and then we're going to select a vehicle. So let me select our test vehicle. And we have our test 1, 2, 3 here. Once you're inside of this record, on the left-hand side, you're going to see a submenu for them. At the very bottom of the submenus is going to be Audit Trail. So you can click on Audit Trail, and it's going to show any of the information that has been changed on this vehicle recently. So this vehicle, we haven't had any changes from the queried time, but we can go ahead and hit Query and change the time frame that we want to show the changes for. So here in the query window, we only have the time, so what it's from and to. So I'm just going to do from, and I'm going to go back a couple years. Hit OK. You can change the time if you want. I'm just going to keep it at 12 a.m. And then we can hit refresh. And now we can see all of the information that deals only with this record. And that's with any type of record, not just vehicles. If it's employees, if it's a department, a site, any record that we have inside of the system is going to show you the changes. This is very useful when it comes to researching what happened with a vehicle. Every once in a while you might have a user that accidentally deactivates a vehicle, or something's changed and you want to see what changed, when it changed, and who did the change. So here I can see my user here has changed this information on the vehicles back at 2/13/2019. And I can see what was changed in the old value, what changed in the new value. I can see the computer that they did it from, the username for SQL, which is almost always going to be the same exact username, and then we have the editing user, which was my user when I changed this information. This concludes the video on Audit Trail. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.